Okay, so we're gonna do a knee wedge versus the turtle today. So basically, we're gonna use a wedge mechanic surprise, and we're going to use lever access to the leg to kind of flip somebody over. So this is really effective when they're really giving you nothing. So no seatbelt available. You can't even make a purchase for the spiral ride. It's usually when people are just really focused on isometric, just flex, and it's really hard to make a purchase point. So Josh, I'll use you.
Yep.
So down in the turtle position, so we've gone over stuff where if you can get into here, if you can get into here, you're gonna have some scenarios where it's just nothing. The guy just is giving you squat, right? So this knee wedge is really useful for that. It goes into what's commonly known as the truck position, which is a good position for back take. So you guys can look into that if you want as well. So we'll just start in our basic position where we're up on one foot, again, with our chest to back here, covering. Again, just looking, this is usually where we start anyway, whenever we attack a turtle. So once I realize that there's really nothing available here, I'm gonna make a little bit of a switch. So instead of chest to back, I'm gonna use and switch kind of chest to hips. So kind of instead of covering this line, I'm covering this line with my body, right? So Josh's toes are dead right now, which makes it a little bit harder to access this lever of the shin, but it's certainly doable. All I'm looking to do is take my fingers in here and grab as close to the end of the lever as I possibly can. If he had live toes, this is super easy to do, but not an issue. So usually people are super tight. So you're gonna reach in here. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna try to make a purchase point with your lead knee. So in this case, it's gonna be my left knee. So it's gonna slide into here. Common mistake here is we try to like Matt Serra GSP this by trying to wedge it in perpendicular. That's not the way. What you actually wanna do is you wanna become parallel with his shin here. So basically, if I'm just trying to get in here, I'm just gonna knee him in the spleen or whatever, ineffective. But what I wanna do is kind of line up my shin with his, and this becomes very difficult to stop the wedge. So it's hard to see on camera, but basically if my shin is kind of in here, it works better, right? So let's go head facing this way. So again, if I'm trying to just, GSP him, it's not gonna work. If I kind of have it here like this, yes, this will work because I'm in line, right? So again, we're gonna kind of control here at the ankle, right? And I have my chest to his hips holding back. I'm gonna try to sit this in, and you don't have to drive it in really hard. It's just your weight, and Josh will tell you it's really difficult to stop this, correct? Mm-hmm. Right? So at this point, you're gonna, if you need to, you can readjust it so your base is pushing this way. So if he was really, really strong here with this and I couldn't get in, just by this, I can push in with this leg and drive in. So I have the lever here. And then we talked about how the turtle is strong forwards and back, side to side, but it sucks on the angle, and that's what we're gonna abuse at this point, right? So the angle I'm gonna take is this direction. So I have this, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch my base again so I can lean back and pull. So this leg's pushing so I can go this way, and as I pull here, this shin is blocking his knee, just like that, right? So as I pull, this kind of kicks out. And what you also want to do is ideally cover this, right? You can step on it, but just having it a little bit there is kind of good enough in most cases, right? So as this comes in, right, I'm pulling. This leg's going to wrap through, and I'm going to transition and step on my own foot. So this is the truck position, right? So his hips are kind of perpendicular to my hips. I'm across here. A good thing to do here, because the foot is over, I will transition like down to the foot, because the end of the lever is always stronger, right? You don't have to, but this is a good position to have. So I'm back here like this. If you wanted to take the back position, you basically just have to migrate up and use this to push down with, right? So what that looks like is, what we don't want to do is let go and then try to grab up here, because he'll get out, he'll sit up or whatever, right? What you want to do, come back for a second, is if you have a foot cushion grip, is as you're going, start changing your grips, right? So again, you can loop under the arm or grab the arm first like this, right? So now if he tries to curl, he can't. And then I can switch out and pull, right? And then all I want to do is kick down, and I can start and get the back position here, right? So again, we're going from chest to back, right? Kind of this, we're looking for this not happening. I switch to chest to hip. Gonna grab here, right? And then I'm gonna try to line up my shin with his so I can create that purchase point. And once I'm in, you can even put your leg over before if you wanna sit. I usually, because I'm smaller, I need that push. So as I'm going, grab this, right? Pull here, get this in, right? And again, before I kick him down to take the back, I'm gonna switch out. So I have the arm, something, right? So then I can kick out and look to secure that.